Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your GIS News for January 14. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller says Cabinet made good progress on certain critical issues during the three-day special meeting that wrapped up on Saturday. The 2013-2014 budget and continued negotiations with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, occupied much of the deliberations.
The Cabinet meeting unanimously signed off on measures required to advance the negotiations with the IMF toward a satisfactory conclusion. The technical negotiating team is now able to return to the bargaining table for what should be the final round of negotiations. While I'm aware of the anxieties about the negotiations, I must point out that these negotiations cannot be carried out in the public domain, and by their very nature are both sensitive and technical.
At a press briefing at Jamaica House Monday morning, the Prime Minister revealed that Cabinet had settled on some important budgetary measures and indicated that accelerated job creation would be a major part of the economic development program. Crime fighting, tourism and agriculture initiatives were also explored. In the meantime, Cabinet has committed to intensifying communication and dialogue with the public to ensure that citizens have a full understanding of the national strategic direction. The Youth Ministry will be streamlining the operational aspects of its care and protection program for children in state care in order to give greater focus on behavior modification. On Sunday, the Portfolio Minister led a team of psychiatrists on a visit with juveniles remanded by the court to the Fort Augusta and Horizon Correctional Facilities. Following the tour, Minister Hannah instructed the Child Development Agency to work with the Department of Correctional Services to help with casework for juveniles in remand and to seek variation by judges of some court orders.
We realized in working with the psychiatrists and working with our interministerial committee is that a lot of our young women, in particular our young women, were suffering from severe post-traumatic stress disorder in many instances because of sexual abuse, because of neglect, because of sexuality issues.
She says the ministry is moving very quickly to establish a therapeutic facility that will help to correct the problem and prevent incarceration. The Health Ministry has enhanced its ability to fight dengue fever and other conditions by boosting its vector control program. The National Health Fund, NHF, handed over 40 new vehicles costing $38 million to the program's fleet on Friday. The money is part of a $111 million allocation approved by Cabinet in October last year to deal with the dengue control program until March 31 of this year.
What we are going to be continuing in the present period is dealing with the question of fogging and also the removal of breeding sites of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
Meanwhile, the Health Ministry is assuring the public that Jamaica is not in a malaria outbreak, despite reports of at least one imported case in a St. Ann resident. Minister Ferguson has stressed that the person contracted the disease while on a trip to Nigeria after failing to receive the prescribed vaccine ahead of the trip. The minister says the patient has been successfully treated and health officials remain vigilant to prevent any local spread of the disease.
There is no fear of a malaria outbreak for Jamaica. We have been in fact, we are on the verge now of being declared malaria free as a country, and we are on top of the present situation.
The Health Ministry says there were 5 imported cases of malaria in 2012, but no locally transmitted case since 2009. And finally, the Portia Simpson-Miller-led administration has signaled its intent to maintain its zero-tolerance approach to recklessness on the nation's roads. This comes even as the nation recorded less than 300 road fatalities in 2012, the first time since 1999.
Whilst we give thanks for this reduction, I call on everyone not to become complacent about this achievement. Rather, we need to redouble our efforts.
Minister Davies was speaking on behalf of Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller at a church service on Sunday to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the National Road Safety Council. And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.